everyone, and welcome to the thru Recovery Life Podcast. This is a parking lot discussion where a few sober alcoholics will meet and talk about anything sobriety related, like we do in the parking lot at an in-person meeting. Today, we are discussing surrendering to win. What does that mean to you? Have you surrendered? Or do we stay in a state of surrender? So right now we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. Krista, you want to introduce yourself? Introduce yourself, where you're from, and how long you've been sober.
Did you say me?
Yes.
I'm Christy. I am originally from Arkansas, but moved to Michigan. And I've been sober 444 days. So I got my sobriety date is July 21st, 2022.
Right, fantastic. All right, Veronica, go ahead. Introduce yourself. How long you been sober? Where you from?
Hi, I'm Veronica. I'm in North Carolina, and I've been sober for 53 days today, by the grace of God.
Leslie, come on and introduce yourself. How long you been sober and where you from?
Hello, my name is Leslie, and I'm sober 13 days today, and I live in the metropolitan Atlanta area.
Right, fantastic. Dale, come on in, Dale.
Well, I'm not sure if I should be here because yeah, I guess I could say I'm 1 day sober and I live in South Africa.
Then best to go ahead and listen to our podcast. It'll be right. Well, go ahead, Rachel.
Hi, I'm sorry. My name is Rachel. I'm from Massachusetts, and I have 256 days sober today.
Right, fantastic. Gail,
Yeah.
Are you ready to surrender? No, well, go ahead and introduce yourself. Where
Yeah,
you from?
I'm here. I think I have a problem.
Okay,
And
where do you live?
spoken,
Where do you live,
I'm in,
Gail?
I'm in South Africa.
Okay, fantastic. What time is it there right now?
It's 12:30, midnight, past midnight.
Okay, fantastic. All right.
Yeah. And
No, that's
yeah,
it. No, Belkis, come on in. Introduce yourself. How long you been sober?
Hi, my name is Belkis. I'm 10 months sober today. I'm from New York.
Right, fantastic. Right, and my name is John, and I am an alcoholic. Last month, September 13th, I had 41 years of continuous sobriety, and I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida. Right, so again, what we're discussing today is surrendering to win. What does it mean to you? What do you think it means? Have you surrendered? Are you willing to surrender? So who wants to start? Just jump in, but keep your comments brief so we can get everyone in a few times. Go ahead, whoever wants to start, just jump in.
I can say start. I'm Veronica, alcoholic. The word surrender to me means everything that I try to do in my own will didn't work. So it took me a long time. I'm 54 years old, and I had been sober for 1 year, and then I relapsed and was very hard on myself, but maybe it's just part of my journey. But I'm completely surrendering to God and to this fellowship, and this is why I'm at this podcast right now. Thank you.
Right, fantastic. Who else wants to jump in? Just
I'm Christy, and I'm an alcoholic. I agree with Veronica. Surrendering means to me, well, for me it was spiritual maturity, because it is my second time into. I first came in 2016, and I was not spiritually mature. I had not surrendered to my higher power, and this time I decided that that's what it was going to take for me to totally surrender and work through the steps and work the program.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Christy. Gail, come on in, Gail. This is day one for
Yeah,
you. Have you surrendered in the past? Have you surrendered today?
I feel like I've told everybody in my life that I have a problem, but I haven't done anything about it. And I feel like now's the time to do something about it. And so tonight I joined my first online AA meeting, and I agree with what Veronica said.
Right, fantastic. Thank you, Gail. And if you go to our website, you will see a lot of information. One is the email to get a woman's phone list, and also our different Telegram groups. But yeah, I'll get with you after this podcast. Leslie, come on in. What does surrendering to win mean to you?
Hey, I'm Leslie. I'm an alcoholic. Right at this moment, it's, like the proverbial waving of the white flag. Just that I just finally hit a wall with trying to do it my way and not being willing to, do the thing that I know works when it comes to drinking. And because I have had some time sober before, and, I see it as a gift that I was given the willingness to start coming back to AA. And I know that I need to listen and just focus on hearing the message from other members of Alcoholics Anonymous and taking it a day at a time. Right now, I only have 13 days right this moment, but I am, jumping with both feet in, and have a sponsor and started working the steps. And I know that if I'll, do the things that we did that workshop today, which, those are the things I used to do, and it works. I know it works if you work it. So I'm grateful that I raised that white flag and surrendered and realized I need you guys really bad, and it's great to be back.
Okay, fantastic. Elkis, come on in. What does surrender to win in AA mean to you?
Hi, my name is Belkis. I'm an alcoholic. Surrendering to me is that I had to accept that I had a problem and that I needed to. I really don't know. I just knew that I couldn't drink anymore, and that I had to come here to get support by others. Like I couldn't do it by myself. And that's what it means to me.
Right, oh, fantastic. So on page 30 of the big book, it says, we learned that we had to fully concede to our innermost selves that we were alcoholics. This is the first step in recovery. The delusion that we are like other people or presently maybe has to be smashed. And that's the beginning of step one. It starts on page 30 of the big book. I know me personally, the surrender had to be unconditional. Now, now when an army surrenders to another army, they usually don't get to dictate terms for their surrender. It has to be unconditional. You surrender, and whatever happens, happens to you. And my surrender was unconditional. I jumped in with both feet, and I had no reservations, even at the age of 21, months before my 22nd birthday. And yeah, so, and when you surrender, you don't surrender thinking that you're going to get killed or things. You surrender to win. You surrender to live. And that's what surrendering in Alcoholics Anonymous means. Surrendering to this program and surrendering to your higher power so that you can live, and become happy, joyous, and free. I could have surrendered to alcoholism. could have surrendered to alcohol. Right now, it is 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. There are people at happy hour right now because they're so miserable. They want to be happy. And alcohol, as we know it, they call it spirits. People want people want to fill themselves, fill that void, fill that hole in their belly and their gut and their spirit and their soul, whatever you want to call it. Something is missing. And I thank God that I found out, I found whatever I was missing, Alcoholics Anonymous, and it was a relationship with my higher power. Your higher power can be whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be, you can make it your higher power. Doesn't matter. You don't have to call it God. This thing will work if you believe in God. It works if you don't believe in God. The only way it will not work is if you think you are God. Yeah, I surrendered. So right now there are people at happy hour who have surrendered to alcoholism, surrendered to alcohol. They'll tell you, oh yeah, I'm an alcoholic, as they're drinking. They have surrendered to alcohol and will probably die an alcoholic death. You surrendered to
So the
AA.
thing that
Go ahead.
the thing that I'm finding really hard is what do we replace this with? Because I would love to replace it with something healthier, but I've come to find alcohol as a coping mechanism. What do I replace it with? What are we doing to fill the gap?
Can I comment?
That's a great question. Go ahead, Christy.
Um, First of all, I want to say I heard in a lot of meetings today that people would say, oh, I drank because somebody died, or I drank because of this. I drank because of that. And there's this guy, Peaches. He really came in today in another meeting I came in. And we drink because we're alcoholics. We don't need a reason or need an excuse to drink. And the best thing that I found, Gail, for replacement is the book Living Sober, because they give you I went through the big book. I finished my steps at December 31st of 2022. And one of the books that's AA approved is Living Sober. And it tells you exactly those things or those mechanisms you can use to substitute. If that means taking a walk, getting your hands busy, reading. I found that book so helpful, but also I know this might not be AA approved literature, but Drop the Rock and a new pair of glasses, I think. Those are excellent stories, about being really freeing yourself. I just looked up surrender, and it says to resist, to totally give up, and that's what I had to do in order to be successful this time. But I had to use the tools that I was given. And the big book, it maps it out, but Living Sober is an excellent resource for those mechanisms to fill that time or fill that
All right,
void.
Christy. And I put that information in the chat where you can access the Living Sober book online, but you can also, I suggest buying a copy. It's only $6. Great
Yeah.
read, great reference.
Sorry, I was too long.
Go ahead, Leslie.
I'm Leslie again. Hey, for me, one of the things that I'm really excited about is, I had gotten to where I would get like a 12-pack of White Claw. And I would say to myself, I'm just going to have one, maybe two, and I'd have the one. And then I'd say, well, I'll go ahead and have another one. And then, they say the man takes a drink, the drink takes a drink, and then the drink takes the man. So the next thing you know, as soon as I finish that second one, I'm hopping up and running in the kitchen and saying, well, I'll get one more. And then, well, I'll get one more, that phenomenon of craving, right? And the next thing you know, I've had almost the entire 12-pack. I've sat there all day long watching TV. I haven't had a shower. I haven't put on makeup. I haven't run the vacuum. I haven't done anything.
Remember, we're talking about surrendering to win.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is that for the last 13 days, I've gotten up. I've gotten a shower. I've put a little bit of makeup on. I'm living life. That's what I'm replacing, is that I'm no longer a slave to a drink, a cocktail. It's not controlling me anymore, because I surrendered. And now I'm back to life. That's what I've replaced it with. I'm looking for finding me, and I'm working in the yard. I'm living life again.
All right, thank you. Veronica, come on in, Veronica.
Hey, this is a really good topic because I had to learn to find things to occupy my time. I don't know what your situation is, Gail, but I don't at the moment don't have a job. I lost my job because of my drinking. And it wasn't that I drank at work, but my mind was just gone every night after work. And I would be hungover in the morning for work. But my point is, what I'm trying to get to is I had to change so much. Like my friends now are in AA. They're the most wonderful people I've ever met in my life. And because I'm sober, I'm able to see that this is non-conditional. There's no conditions. They want to help you because it helps them. It's amazing, the language of the heart, all that. Just dive into it and definitely go to a brick and mortar meetings, because not just on Zoom, but meet these women, go out to lunch, have a cup of coffee, change things. Even if it's slow, change one thing at a time. That's what's helped me anyway.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Like, on the topic of surrendering, this is me tonight surrendering. This is me tonight admitting I have a problem, and hi, I'm Gail. I'm an alcoholic, and I want to fix it. I want to change it. And I attended my first AA meeting tonight online, and hearing you guys talk about it is really inspiring. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And can I say something else? John, is that okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Also, I want to say to what Veronica said, I did too. And I was a college professor, and I I, I had no restraint of pen and tongue, and I lit the torch, and I burnt the building down because I didn't go to work drunk, but every day coming home that hour drive, pick up something to eat, pick up some alcohol, never touched the food, but drank the alcohol all night. So, you do. And I surrendered myself. When I did my 9th step, I wrote my dean. And I surrendered, and I told him everything, that it was my responsibility. I did that. I caused this. And you know what? My 9th step was my hardest step because it knocked the wind out of me. Because when I surrendered and I had that admission of what I've done, people were more receptive. He wrote a supporting letter. I got forgiveness. So that's how I knew I can wake up every morning practicing the 10 step with a clean slate and a fresh start. And that's surrendering to me because it's the freedom. And that's I don't want to over talk. Thank you.
So Gail talked about a substitute. I'm going to read, I posted a question in the chat and an answer. I know I must get along without liquor, but how can I? Have you a sufficient substitute? See, the thing is, alcohol was my God. Alcohol was your God. Alcohol was your higher power. Alcohol was your God. So what the heck am I going to replace that with? What you need to replace that with is an actual higher power. Is an actual higher power. And I thank God that I found that in AA through the third step. I found an actual higher power, which is a long-term solution. Alcohol was a short-term solution, and it was a solution, short-term solution. So here's the answer. Yes, there is a substitute, and it is vastly more than that. It is a fellowship in Alcoholics Anonymous. There you will find release from care, boredom, and worry. Your imagination will be fired. Life will mean something at last. The most satisfactory years of your existence lie ahead. Thus, we find the fellowship we share within our autonomous AA fellowship, and so will you, and an autonomous spiritual entity of your own. So that's what you substitute alcohol with: spirituality, your higher power, and the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. But you're going to get that by doing the steps. You're going to get that by doing the steps. You want to get a sponsor, take the steps, and a lot of it will happen organically. It will happen serendipitously.
Right.
It will just happen. People will notice the changes in you before you do. I guarantee it. But get a sponsor, take the steps, do the work, and you will find it a substitute. I was 21 years old, 22 years old. You don't think if I didn't find a substitute for that thing, you think I would still be here? No, you're going to find that life is better without alcohol, without mind or mood altering substances. So
I'm basically on day one again. I think a lot of us have had 100 day ones. I'm on day one again.
no, actually, no. Not everybody
And
not everyone has relapsed. I have not yet relapsed, so I've only had one day one after
I
coming into AA. Now before AA, I consider all of those day ones. But
so last year I went a full 4 months with no alcohol, and it was the best time of my life. And I couldn't tell you why I relapsed, because I have never ever felt better than when
but
I was sober.
but you said that you tried to do it on your own, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why you
And
relapsed, because the obsession had not yet left you. That's why you
yeah,
relapsed. When the
I
obsession when the obsession leaves you, alcohol will not be a problem anymore. But go ahead, Kristen.
I relapsed the first time on my fourth step. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to surrender. Exactly why I relapsed. I wasn't ready to make that list. And that's happened before to people. So yeah, I've had you know, um
Yeah, Dr. Bob relapsed because he did not want to make amends. He did not want to let people know that he was an alcoholic. But
mhm,
everybody knew Dr. Bob was an alcoholic. So
yeah,
absolutely. No, but
that's true.
surrender without any reservations, surrender to the program, and trust the process. Trust the process, guys. It works. Find your higher power. So we have if you're stuck on the God thing, if you're doing the 1, 2, 3 shuffle, steps 1, 2, 3, drink, 1, 2, 3, drink, 1, 2, 3, drink. Check out our podcast. Take steps 1, 2, and 3 today. Find your higher power now. You can do that.
Yeah, I just discovered you guys today, so I will definitely look into that.
Save our website. A lot of information on the website. Plethora of information. Well, guys, unless you have anything else you want to add, we're gonna close it up. Anything else?
Just that, Gail, I'm going to say a prayer for you, and you found a really good meeting. The Zoo Crew is really the best. And when I relapsed, it was during COVID, so I didn't even know this existed. But apparently now it's almost 4 years old, and so you're in good hands anyway.
Oh, also, Gil, join us on Telegram because these ladies will be able to call you. You'll be able to call them on Telegram. It's a free, international calls. So, Gil, join us on Telegram. Download Telegram, and you'll be able to join us and have
And
24.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
And I want to say, like they said, the holidays are coming up. I was all alone in Arkansas, and every marathon or whatever they had, I was
Alcaton.
on.
Alcaton.
Well, y'all have Alcacon. I wasn't there with y'all that yet, but those are very helpful if you ever find yourself in that position during the holidays that are coming up.
Well, remember, we're open 24 hours. So,
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know. This is my second time in Zoo Crew. I didn't know about y'all before, so but I like it. Thank you for
again,
allowing me.
join us on Telegram, guys, for 24/7 support. All right,
I
we have
really appreciate it. Thank you.
5 minutes left.
I don't know if it's gonna be okay if I tell you this, Gail. I hope you don't get mad, John, but the Zoo Crew is my favorite. It's awesome, but there's also a group that's called the 319, I think. And there is a lady in there that lives in Australia, I think, or South Africa. And if you were to tune into that, you almost sound exactly like her. And I think you enjoy hearing her, but definitely the Zoo Crew is the bomb because it's fun. It's a lot of fun in here. But
Yeah.
the 319 group is good too.
There's another 24.
Thank you.
The 319 is a spinoff of this other group from New Zealand. They came
But
from here. They were the first ones. And the only thing about those meetings is you have no fellowship time. It's meeting. I used to be a host there. I used to be of service there before we went 24 hours, 2.5 years ago. Yeah, but we ask people, we suggest to people, check out different meetings. You don't have to come here 24.
well, to bring it back to your message of tonight of surrender is I've known I've had a problem for a while. And tonight I felt like, let me do something about it. Let me get some help. Let me join a meeting. It's what time is it? It's 10 to 1 in the morning where I am. Let me join a meeting. Let me get some help. That's surrendering.
Surrender to win.
Absolutely.
I need help. I'm not okay. I'm tired of sitting on my bedroom floor and crying and phoning people at stupid hours of the morning. Yeah, let me get some help,
Yeah.
I surrender. I'm done. I'm so sick of this.
My
We have
friend
this,
used to say,
we,
ask for help. Ask Saving Spit for help.
we have this room for 40 minutes. This is my free room, so we have it for 40 minutes.
Okay.
And
Oh,
time is, but please join us on Telegram. Ladies, join us on Telegram. Join the women's group on Telegram.
Thank you so much, all of
You can catch the tail end of the women's meeting.
Yeah.
Here, let me give you a link. Just click on the link and
Am I gonna be able to access this stuff after the call is over? Or
Yeah.
no, it disappears. So
okay.
copy and paste it somewhere.
Let me take some
Or,
screenshots real.
just save the website, thezooCrew.org.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's close with the Lord's Prayer. Then, ladies, just click on that link and it'll take you to the women's meeting. All right,
Okay.
who helps us surrender to win? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those
As
who
we forgive others who trespass against us,
lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from
and
evil.
deliver us from evil.
Kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So
Amen.
please
Thank
save the
you.
website. And ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you.